Yeah, I always do that. I know. But oh my gosh, you guys, hi, hello, happy Wednesday. I almost said happy Friday, but happy Wednesday. I am so stinking excited for this live. I am going live with one of my absolute favorites. I just love her and her books, just everything about Kandi Steiner. She is the absolute best, the sweetest human being. I don't even know. I could just go on and on and on, and I will be. I will be fangirling for about a half an hour until the live is done because I love this woman. I have met her twice, and again, I have read so many of her books, and she is just the absolute best. So in a minute, she will be joining, and we will be having a very fun conversation. I just cannot wait. Also, Friday, I will be going live for our Fall Book Club Week 2. And oh, Candy's here. Hi, girl. Yes. Okay, I'm adding you right now. Just really quickly, I will announce the time of the live sometime tomorrow because I'm not sure what time I'm going live just yet. But I'm adding Candy right now. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I hope it works. I hope it works. Is it working?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm trying to figure out how
Yeah.
high I need to put my. I'm about to get some books and stack up. Does anybody else do this? I'm like, what
Yeah. Well,
prop this on?
I got a stand, but I used to have to do that all the time, especially when you do a live and then you kind of disappear.
Yeah, that's the thing is with Instagram Live particularly, they're like, oh, we're gonna
Yes.
chop off half your face. Figure it
Yes.
out.
Every single time.
That's okay. It's a little chaotic. You guys get to watch me figure this out. So,
I
how are you? You look gorgeous tonight.
thank you. And as always, you look stunning. And I know how busy you are. I watched your day in the life yesterday. Oh my goodness. My hands hurt just from watching.
It has been quite a week. We just finished up doing all the orders today. So it was 388 total orders, 4 books per order. So I signed pretty much 1,600 books, and then we packed them all up and took them to the post office. So it was quite a time.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And these are the new covers for your Kings of the Ice series. This is the trope series. Like they're beautiful and stunning.
Thank
I
you. They're not new. It was a limited edition run. So we just did like it was like you had one chance to buy them, and once they're gone, they're
and they're
gone.
gone. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I do think we are going to have some extras, like maybe a small handful that we can put on sale, but I'm not sure yet. We gotta take a
Yeah.
look at things. So
Those are pretty special. I'm sure you probably have kept some for your beautiful office.
for sure, and for giveaways, those are my favorites. So
Absolutely. But oh my, so you are just having an incredible year so far. I don't even know. I feel like the last couple of years have been fantastic for you. Um, so first of all, though, how is Rosie doing?
she's so good. She's sleeping in this room right behind my office wall, which is always like so not scary, but like I'm always like, do I need to talk softer? I
Yes.
don't want to wake her up. But she knock on every piece of wood that exists. She is a really good sleeper, and so far have not had to worry about it. And this is Pocket,
Ah,
who anytime I'm on a live video, she has to be involved. So
it's like, hi. Hello. I can't believe she's going to be one. That is wild.
I know, yeah, August 1st. So it's still a couple months away, but
Yeah.
I'm a type A person. I don't know how you are, Steph, but I am a planner. And so I already planned like the date of her first birthday, wanted to make sure that everybody knew when it was. And everybody started asking me like, well, like, what does she want? Or like, is there anything on her gift list? And I was like, oh, I didn't think that part through.
Oh, no.
So but fortunately, I got some help today from a lot of people here on my followers. They all had great ideas for 1-year-old birthday gifts. So if you are a mom and you're watching and you are not sure what to get for yourself or for another mom, when there's a first birthday around the corner, there's a great list on my story if you want to check it out. I'm sorry,
That
this is the
is
chaos of the ham
that
house.
is hilarious. hilarious, but I no, I love that. And then so also you went to what's Magic with the Bells, and you took her to Disney World for the first time. What was that like?
Yeah, we did. That was so fun. Honestly, I remember, I mean, I lived in Florida for 20 years, so I went to Disney at many stages of life. And I
Yes.
remember going, especially like in college and shortly after, and seeing
Yeah.
parents with young kids
Yes.
and just being like, who would put themselves through
Yes.
this? Like, why would you do
Yes.
this? Why do people bring their babies to Disney? And now I get it because it's so cute. It's so fun to watch them. They have the best time. And at least when we took her, she's not mobile yet. So she
Yes.
was just very content for us to take her wherever we wanted to. She had the best time. We had the best time. And we took it slow. Like we didn't have any agenda. We weren't like, oh, we have to ride all these rides. We were just like, we're just going to walk around and have some fun. And it was great. So do you have
Yes.
kids?
I do. I have three boys, and
Wow.
yes, I know. And that was like, because I've always been a Disney kid growing up. We went to Disney, and that was like my one thing. Like I wanted to be a mom just so I could take my kids to Disney World. And I remember I was like giving birth to my first son, and they're like, and it was intense. And they're like, think of a happy place, think of something good. And I'm like, taking him to Disney.
I love that you were thinking of Disney to
I,
get you through pushing.
it's
That's amazing.
It's just I always dreamed of that, and I have this picture of me and my dad when I think I was 4 or 5 walking up to the castle, and that was something that I had always wanted to recreate with my kids. So that was something really special that I always wanted to do, and thankfully I was able to do that with them. And so I saw your pictures at Disney, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so
So fun.
special.
It's so fun, and I love that. Like, I feel like I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm like a Disney adult by any means. I'm not like
Yeah,
super obsessed or
yeah,
anything, but I really I love it every time we go, and it was really fun this time too because Lena Hendricks came with us, and it was her first time at Disney World too, so she was like a big kid in Disney
oh,
World.
I
So
love.
that was really fun too.
Hey,
Hi everyone, I
it,
see some highs
yes.
in the comments, so just saying
Yes.
hi.
Hi. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is very special. This is a very special night. I also love this Southern Belle events because I was there last year in Charleston at that event where I saw you there, and then I also met you back in 2022 here in Texas at Book Bonanza, and we did a shot of whiskey together, and that was like
As we should.
as we should. I love that you did that, but I was like, I can't imagine how many shots of whiskey she's done today.
So the secret at book signings at my table at least is I usually have a flask and I will take a sip when everybody else takes a shot so that I can,
Yes.
stay on my feet for the whole day. But I haven't done whiskey at my table since that book bonanza. That was the last time I did it because then I got pregnant.
Yes.
So obviously didn't have any there,
Yes.
and now I'm breastfeeding. So not that I
Yes.
can't have a drink, and I do every now and then, but if I'm actively breastfeeding, then I'm like maybe I should lay off the whiskey.
Sure, sure. But I feel like it's coming because this book is now getting republished and it's going to have a bonus epilogue. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. So I'm so excited about this. So A Love Letter to Whiskey is coming out in bookstores everywhere this fall, October 7th. And this is like a dream come true for
Yeah.
me. Like we can't control what bookstores buy it and stock it, but we've already had great interest and the pre-orders are great because my readers are amazing. And so they're
Yes.
excited about it. And that makes a huge difference too. It has a brand new cover. I fully edited it from top to bottom because I wrote this book back in 2016. So I really wanted to give it a little refresh and like some extra love now that my writing has grown.
Yes.
And then it has the extra, so there's a bonus epilogue that takes place like years down the road. And I can't say much about it, but I will say that it's a jealousy scene. So of course I loved writing
Oh
it.
my gosh, that is awesome. So it's going to be in bookstores everywhere. So like, will it be in like Targets and Walmarts or
That's
just,
the hope. Yeah, fingers crossed. So it's really hard. I didn't know any of this until I got sort of like on this side of the traditional publishing world.
yeah,
But it will be available for all of those stores to order, and my publishers will sit down with all of them and say, this is why you need it. Look at the pre-order
yes,
numbers, like look at
yes,
the TikToks, whatever. And then those stores will decide, do we want to have it on the shelves or do we not?
yeah,
Um, typically we won't know until it's like I think 3 or 4 weeks before release. But again, my readers have been amazing. They're pre-ordering, and that is making a huge difference. So I feel pretty confident that at least Barnes and Noble you'll be able to walk into, Waterstones, Books a Million, things like that. And I'm crossing fingers and toes and manifesting Target, because I go to Target all the time for my friends'
Yes.
books that are releasing into Target, and I buy them and take pictures. And I'm just like, one day this will be me. So I'm hoping that that one day will be this fall.
Yes. And then, of course, you just announced your first published, so from the publisher to the bookstore, Love Overboard is coming out next March.
Yes.
Okay, how hard is that going to be for you, waiting that long for it to come
It is
out?
so hard because I'm already done with the book and I love it and I'm like obsessed with it. So typically in my writing schedule, this would be the time that I would be promoting it and be like, oh my God, I love it so much. It's coming in 2 months or something, like basically just long enough for the audiobook to get recorded.
Yes.
And now it's like I have to sit on it for almost a year and it's going to kill me, especially because I'm obsessed with this book. It's back to my angsty roots and a little departure from my sports romance. Not that I don't love being in sports romance, because obviously I do, but it is
Yes.
fun every now and then to kind of take a break and go back to, torturing myself a little bit.
Yes, and we appreciate that because we love the torture that you give us. Say yes. I can't even, I love Say Yes
Oh,
so stinking much. And then On the Way to You, like I just,
thank you. Say Yes is one of my favorite books, and it's like one of my least read books. So that means a lot to me that you read it. Yeah.
I I read it, I think 4 years ago, and I just fell in love with it. I think that's when I fell in love with you and your writing, because I did read A Love Letter to Whiskey, and then I read the Red Rival series out of order. I read Blindside first, then I read Quarterback Sneak, and then Fair Catch. I was all over the place, but I'm like, why is each book just getting better and better? How does she do this? It's
Oh, thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. I have had I say some love for On the Way to You in the
Yes.
comments. Thank you all.
Yes, they read it for our book club. So, yes, they
Oh, book
loved it.
club girlies. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, On the Way to You is also one of my favorite books that I've written. And I just, the vibes in that book, I feel like I will never be able to capture again. It was just sort of like a once in a lifetime book that and I
Yeah.
feel the same way about A Love Letter to Whiskey. Like, I love what I did with A Love Letter to Whiskey, and I'm so glad I did it when I did,
Yeah.
because I don't think I could ever recreate it even if I tried to. So they're very special to me.
Where did the
Oh,
yeah,
Waitlist. Your book club is
yes.
doing Waitlist. Oh my gosh, that's like that was my first bestseller. That's like the OG back in the day, my first one.
Gosh, that is so amazing. I need to read that one too. Add it to the list. I mean, I
Add it to
basically
the
read almost everything, but I'm adding it to the list. I would love to know though where the inspiration or where the story came from for On the Way to You.
Yeah, that's a great question. It was a mixture of a lot of things. I was at a point in my life where I was sort of questioning a lot of things in my life, similarly to how Cooper is,
Yeah.
and I just I found, I guess, like Emery was sort of like the newly educated side of my
Mm,
brain that was coming out, that was asking
mm.
all these questions, right? Like, he's sort of this moody broody boy.
Yes. Yes.
He is a minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
He is not religious.
Yep.
He is sort of like, knocking down, like, he's like, I don't believe in horoscopes, I don't believe in anything,
Yep.
whatever. And
Yep.
this point in my life, I was in my mid to late 20s. I was 28, I believe, when I wrote it, and it was the first time where people around me were struggling with depression. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't a kid anymore, like I was seeing
Yes.
it full force. People, life was hitting people around me like nonstop, and I was like, it's interesting because back in high school, I was the one everyone went to for advice. We would hang out and I'd be like, let's just go out, or let's have a girls' night in, or like, it was all these trivial ways to solve people's
Yeah.
issues. And at that point in my life, I realized, like, there's deeper things that can't just be solved with like a good, wine and cheese
Yeah.
night. It's much more than that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so it was something I wanted to explore, was just like, what would happen if, like, someone who grew up with everything but
Mm.
was super depressed
Yes.
got in the car with someone who grew up with nothing but
Nothing.
was like Little Miss Sunshine, and then went across the country together.
Yes. This whole thing is so very emotional. This is making me, and I'm just kind of reliving those moments, because we have two very flawed characters who are so beautiful in their flaws, and the journey of them finding themselves and together is just was just everything. And did you know where the story was going to go while you were writing it?
I did. Yeah, this one was, I had a really good feeling of where everything was going, especially toward the end. Now, some of the things that happened, like on the road trip,
Yeah.
sort of happened spontaneously. There was one part where they do a hot wings contest because
Yes.
they get a flat tire or like something happens with the car.
Yes.
And Emery's rich, so he's like, I'm just gonna like use my
Hmm.
dad's credit card. And she's like, no, no, we have to do this like crossroads style. Okay, like we have to
Yes.
like
Yes.
earn the money to get the car fixed. And so like that kind of stuff was just spontaneous and kind of hit me as I was writing. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so
Beautiful
much.
story. Well, it
Thank
was
you.
what I think was so cool too was like at almost every single stop that they went to, I've been there. So it was like I was in the car seeing all these places, especially when they got to Grand Canyon.
Mhm.
That whole scene, of course, but just it was so beautiful and very, very impactful. And I would love to see that be brought to life. My goodness.
Oh, I know. In a movie or something, could you imagine? Ugh.
That was, I'm like, okay, you
Oh, had beautiful talks about our own
about
mental
mental
health.
health.
I love that. And that's something that I think what I loved about this book was it's not classically done in romance, I don't think, you know, like
Right.
we're not typically going into a romance book to think about depression, right? But
Right.
it is like I do think it's something really fascinating. Like if someone in your life is depressed, how do you love them through it? If you are depressed, how do you let someone else love you through it? And
Yes.
what does that look like? And just yeah, it was really interesting to sort of dive into that. And on your note, Steph, I actually had not been to the Grand Canyon yet when I wrote this book,
Oh,
but
wow.
it was
Oh,
high on my
yeah.
bucket list. So I that's why that has like a whole chapter. Like I really wanted to pretend like I was there, close my eyes, be in it.
Mhm.
And then about I think 2 or 3 months after the book came out, I went to the Grand Canyon for the first time, and I have a picture of me holding the book, sitting at the Grand Canyon.
Oh
So
my
that was really
gosh.
special.
Did you do the U? Did you go out and do the U bridge?
Yep, sure did.
Yes. Yes. It's wild. Isn't that crazy? It is.
Absolutely
It
wild.
is. Yeah.
And so Jesse said going to the Grand Canyon was monumental during my mental health journey.
Yes.
And I had like a solo trip out west that I did a couple years after I got divorced when I really needed to like reconnect with who I was and remind
Yeah.
myself, you know, what life's about. And so same thing, that was, you know, I did the Rockies, I did the
Mhm.
Arches National Park, I did Zion. And for me, it's always about connecting back to nature. Like that's where I go to find peace. And so I think if you're like that, then this book will really resonate.
It's so beautiful. And I also love just how you can go from On the Way to You to like the Red Rival series or Kings of Ice series.
Yes.
Like that is Kandi Steiner right there, and that just blows my mind, but I love it so much because you can it's just it's not a lot of authors can do that, I feel, going from back and forth and I just between the different genres. And so but I love oh, Red Rival series is just my favorite, but The Kings of Ice, this book, wait, I got both copies.
Jackson.
Jackson and Grace. This is my favorite book of yours, hands down. When I finished this book, I was like, this is her best one yet.
Oh,
What was it about writing their story that just I just felt like it was just a different tone, a different
oh my
vibe.
gosh.
I just it felt different from you.
Well, I mean, first of all, I got to write a romance, a road trip romance again, which, as we were just talking about, I
Yes.
love doing, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
bringing that part of the story, I feel like unleashes a whole new part of my brain. You have two people in the car together. So there's so many opportunities for fun. There's opportunities for really deep, like heart to heart
Yes.
conversations, which a lot of that happened here. And
Yes.
some people don't like that in their romance. Like some people don't want to read conversations. I love that because to me, communicating is what helps me fall in love with somebody. So I
Yes.
really enjoy that part. I also just love this trope. Like nothing gets me going like
Mm.
a brother's best friend,
Yes.
a forbidden element. And it was like effortlessly spicy. Like I didn't have to try with them. It just was.
Oh yeah.
It was magic. That book felt like magic when I wrote it too.
Absolutely. And I think there was a scene where nothing was going on, but something was going on and
Yeah,
it was dang hot. This woman.
dude.
And then enter Daddy P.
Enter
Enter
Daddy
Daddy
P.
P.
And he was like, hold my beer.
He literally hold my beer. I'm
No,
gonna
well,
sweat.
Watch Your Mouth is definitely my favorite book in the series too. Although I love them all for
Yeah.
different reasons. Like I say that Watch Your Mouth is my favorite, but then I think about Vince and Maven and the pottery
Yes.
scene. I think about
Yes.
Daddy P and everything that he is, and
Yes.
Chloe and
And
her sweet self. I think about Save Your Breath and how obsessed I was writing this newest installment. It's so hard. Like I'm sure you hear this when you interview authors all the time, but we put so much of ourselves into our
yes.
work, and like we leave a little piece of our heart in the pages. And so it's really hard to pick favorites, but Watch Your Mouth really, resonated with me too. So
Yes. I remember, I think it was LJ Shen. She had asked me if an author, if you guys are feeling a certain way, or if you're going through an emotional time as you're writing a book, can the readers feel that? And I was like, yes, especially if we've read a ton of your work, we feel every single one of those emotions. And I think that's why we can connect with you in that way. Number one, besides being so active on your social media, I love how you are with your readers. I love that you have a book club that you join and you get to do. That is so cool.
I do, yes. So I have a Facebook group, and that's where it all started for me. I've been around, I feel like I'm aging myself, but I've been around since 2013. So I've been doing this for a
Yeah.
long time. And back then, Facebook was like the place.
The
Like that's where
place.
readers were, that's where we all hung out. So I have a Facebook group called Candyland.
Yes.
And every month we vote on a book in my backlist because I have almost 40 that are published. So we pick one, we read it together, and then we have a Zoom book club. And there are people who come and go who might just like pop in for one book and then go. But I have a core of probably 20 girls who come to every book club. They are reading my entire backlist, and we have so much fun because we talk about what we love about the book. We talk about what we hate about the book. And it's just really, really cool and really fun. And I get to hang out with my readers on such like a cool, like personal level.
Yes.
It's not just
Yes.
4 minutes at a book signing where you're like, hey, it's so nice to meet
Hey.
you. Let's take a picture. I get
Yes.
to know them, and that's really cool and special to me.
That is so special. So when you're writing a book, what is it about writing your stories that you just are like, yes, this is what I love. This is what I was meant to do.
Oh, that's a great question. I think there's this feeling that you get. Gianna Darling and I were actually just talking about this. Like when you are writing and you're really in the zone, it's like the rest of the world blacks out and
Yeah.
you don't even realize you're writing because you're like visualizing what's happening and you're just sort of like living it. And then you come out on the other side and you're like, oh my gosh, I just wrote 3,000 words. Like, where am I? What world am I in?
Yes. Yes.
So that feeling is huge for me. But I mean, I would write regardless. If nobody read my books, if everybody hated my books, if I got canceled tomorrow, like I don't care. No matter what happens, I am writing forever because I love it and it's a part of me, right?
Yes.
But what makes it so special is like when readers connect. Like when someone like you hugs me at a book signing and says, I loved On the Way to You so much. Thank you for writing that book. Or someone slides into my DMs and said, I just read Save Your Breath and I can relate to Alex so much and this was really healing for me.
Yes. Gosh.
Or there's the pandemic going on and I have been struggling, but your book made me laugh. Like it doesn't even have to be serious. It's just anytime I can connect with a human being on this planet,
Mhm.
I'm like, that was pretty rad.
That's I love that. That's very special. And just please never stop writing. Please keep
Never.
giving us these books because you are meant to be a writer. And I am meant to read your books.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't live without them. I just can't. So I was so curious because ma'am, you are like the queen of spice, okay? I think you like one up yourself. You're like, oh no, 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 wait, okay. What else can I do? I don't even know. I'm gonna sweat. I'm still thinking about Leo and Hail Mary. Like,
Oh, Daddy
I'm
Leo.
Daddy Leo. I think I'm still walking funny. Okay, we're just gonna say that. Okay, we're just gonna say that. What do you do you? So my question is, because every author has a different answer. So do you love writing spice? Yes or no? And well, okay, first answer that. Do you
Okay,
love writing the spice?
I do. I do
Yes.
love writing
Okay,
spice.
good. Okay, good.
Yes.
Because a lot of authors like, no, I hate it. I just close my eyes and just type and just. But so when you are in that moment between these two characters, like, what is it about? Maybe not even the sex scene, the spice scene, but what is it about for you as the author when you're finally getting to that moment? What is that? What is that
Yeah.
like for you?
I mean, I feel like anybody who's read any of my books will understand this, but it's not just about the spice for me. Usually by the time I get to a spicy moment, there has been some angst and some
Yes.
tension. So it's the payoff, right? And so for
Yes.
me, it's the words. Like, what is he saying to her that's
Yes.
unraveling her? It's
Yes.
her internal thoughts of like, oh my God, this is happening. Or his being like, I'm touching this woman that I've revered, right? That kind of
Yes.
stuff. And so I really love playing like the choreography in my head. Like, where is he? Where is she? Like, how are we starting this off? How are things progressing? Like when I was younger, and you'll see it in some of my like older books, I didn't take as much time in spice scenes. Like I was kind of just like, okay, this happens, this happens, this happens. And like
Yeah.
it was fun to write and I enjoyed it, but it was more about the emotions and less about the spice.
Yes.
Now it is
It is
equal. It's like
equal.
emotion is there, but also like so many people, not so many, I shouldn't say that. Some authors rush past what I think is the best part. I want to see them taking clothes off. I want to
Yes.
see every little touch that happens. Like for me, by the time there's like insertion, that part doesn't even last that
Yeah.
long. Like I want
Yes.
everything that
Yes.
leads up to that.
Yes. My favorite thing now is like the forehead touches when their foreheads touch and they're just breathing each other in. That's what I
That's
love so
me.
much about the slow burn is the payoff. It's the anticipation. It's that build up and it's like the moment they connect eyes.
Yes.
The moment it's just like, oh, it's happening. It's like, yes.
Yes.
Finally. The
100%.
breathing, the touching. I just give me all of it. I just want
And
all of it.
there's different kinds of scenes too. Like sometimes you have an explosive scene where it's like we have been waiting 350 pages for this moment,
Yes.
and I'm gonna rip your clothes off, and
Yes.
it's not gonna be slow. There's no foreplay. Like I need it now.
You
But
need it
then you
now.
have what I call like soul banging, right? Where it's like you
Mhm.
said, forehead kisses, and they're trembling, and there's like they're taking their time, and there's kisses along their arms, and their thighs and stuff, and like
Yes.
that is really fun too. So I think that's what's fun about it, is you can play with it. And something I didn't expect to like become a thing but kind of did in the Kings of the Ice is that all of these guys kind of have their own little signature unique spicy scene, right? Like
Yes.
it started with Vince doing the pottery, and then
Mm.
there was the
The
keychain
keychain.
scene with Jackson, the popsicle scene with Daddy P, and
Yes.
then the beanbag and piano scene with Alex.
Oh my
So
gosh, the bean bag.
the
The
beanbag,
bean bag.
dude.
Now, I'm curious, why a bean bag?
So, okay, I feel like so many of us as readers, I don't actually have one, but so many of my reader friends have these
Yes.
giant bean bags that they read
Yes.
on, right? And they're so
Yes.
comfy. And I
Mhm.
just imagined this like pop star
Mm.
walking in. She's pissed off. She's so mad, like at him, at the world, and she just sees this beanbag and is like, "Oh, of course you have a beanbag."
Of
And she
course
just
you
is
do.
right, exactly. And then him just like locking that away and being like, "You hate
Mm-hmm.
that beanbag now, but just wait."
Mm-hmm. Whew. And we thank you. We thank you for that beanbag scene because my gosh, yes, still thinking about it. So
Nat's
what
talking
is
about the keychain. I
the
love it. I love
keychain? We'll never me and Natalie, we will never forget that keychain moment.
it.
Have mercy. So what is your really quickly, so what is your favorite trope to read and what is your favorite trope to write?
Ooh. Oh man, I have so many, but I would say one of my favorite tropes to read and write is fake dating or fake engagement or
Mm,
any sort of faking it, because there's so much room for angst, but it's not like the gut-wrenching kind of angst. It's the fun and delicious kind. It's like, oh, we're faking it, but there's all these little touches and these little moments that feel
yes.
real, and I eat that feeling up like every time.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time.
There is something about a fake dating. So for me, I'm like, okay, y'all are together, it's working, but they're like, we only have a week left. Or we have this date. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you
Dude.
don't. Be together, dang it.
So the
That's
first time I wrote fake dating was Blindside. And I don't know, again, I feel about Blindside the way I do about A Love Letter to Whiskey, where like
mm,
that book came out of me at the right time. I could never
yeah,
rewrite it even if I
yeah,
wanted to. But like Clay and
yeah.
Gianna are something
Yes.
so special.
So
Like
special.
they are imprinted in my heart, and I loved how natural their fake dating situation felt as I was writing it. Like it just made sense. He wanted to get his ex back. She wanted to make this guy jealous. this, but she also is a virgin and is like, I can't get this guy's attention and then not know what to do with it. Like, you have to help me. So then it
Yes.
complicates everything with him like teaching her. And like before you know it, they like you can see it as the reader, but to them they're like, no, 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 this is just we're just friends. Like we're such good friends or whatever.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and I just love it.
I love that you love it so much. That makes me really, really happy. I love it.
Too.
And so next up, of course, we have Carter and Liv's story, which I think comes out in
Oh,
July.
oh, I
Oh wait,
wish October.
oh October. Okay, oh wow, I
Yeah.
was way off on that.
Yeah.
October, which is going to be great. But I didn't realize that the coach was getting a book.
He is. He'll be the last book. And I did Coach last on
Yeah.
purpose because I do plan to write an angsty book for him. So I did it so that people who can't handle angst can bail out of the series and never have to read it. But people who want angst and want Coach and love like his story, that's going to be the, the cherry on the sundae.
That's so cool. And you're going on your first ever book tour
Yeah.
for The Wrong Game and The Right Move, I believe. Those new
Right.
covers are
I
stunning.
love
Do
them.
you, I love the new animated, the details, the sprayed edges and all that. I'm such a male book cover girly. I just am.
Yes.
But I love the details and the new designs. And it's just kind of, it's eye-catching, but it's making you out, it's putting you out there. So your first book, I wish you were coming to Dallas, but that is
I
very
know.
exciting.
I'm hoping to get to Texas next year when we do Love Overboard. So fingers crossed, and I will definitely announce when that happens. But yeah, this is super exciting. So I'm mostly staying local to kind of where I am. So I'm doing
Yeah.
some Tennessee stops,
Yes.
Atlanta.
So,
I'm also going to be out in California. So my publisher and I were like, why don't we do something in Sacramento while you're out there?
uh,
And I haven't done a signing on the West Coast in forever. So I'm very excited about that.
that is so exciting. Well, I know our time is up, but I'm so happy for you and everything that's happening. And literally the last thing we're literally is movie news. Like we need movie news. We need a book to be made. That's what
I
I'm waiting for.
manifest. I manifest it all the time. Every time I open my Netflix
Yeah.
app, I just imagine that my book just went from theaters to streaming and it's popping up on Netflix. So one day maybe it will happen.
It will absolutely happen. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck with everything. I'm so happy for you. And go rest those hands because I know it's been a busy couple of days for you.
I'm gonna ice these wrists. And thank you so much for having me. It's been so delightful talking to you, and it like truly means the world to me that you read my books and talk about them and share them with your book club. So thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you again and have a great week and weekend, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.